I quit drinking a long time ago. I stopped keeping count of how many days, like a month in, but turns out today is a pretty special day. As of today, I have been sober for 700 days in a row. That is a huge milestone. That's something that anyone should be proud of. But I guess these past 700 days just wasn't really what I expected. When I quit drinking, I had a lot of expectations. I expected what anyone might expect: to save money, to become healthier, to not wake up feeling hungover all the time. And for the most part, that all came true. But what I did not expect was at day 700 to still be feeling unhappy. I struggle with emotion. I get angry and frustrated all the time. I battle depression, sadness. I feel jaded and generally dissatisfied with how my life has turned out. And that makes no sense, because on paper, everything in my life is going so well. I have a decent job. I just bought a brand new truck. I just bought a house. So why does it feel like I was happier when I was drinking? I have lived so many different lives. But when I think about it, there's basically two completely different versions of me. Me when I'm drinking, and me when I'm not. And I don't mean me when I'm drunk versus me when I'm sober. I mean the person who I become when alcohol is part of my life is a completely different person than who I am. I would describe myself as being very goal-oriented. I'm a perfectionist. I have this crazy work ethic that I almost become obsessive. I have so many goals and dreams that I want to achieve in life, that I spend every waking moment of my spare time working on my future. But as soon as I start drinking, everything changes. My thoughts change, my goals change, the way my brain works changes. I abandon all of my plans. I stop working on my future and just start trying to have a good time. I start to care about only one thing: getting drunk in this very moment. So when you take these two versions of me and you plop them down right next to each other and compare them, what becomes obvious to me is one is living in the future and the other is living in the present. Which one do you think is happier? It's taken me a while to realize that happiness doesn't exist in the future. It doesn't exist in the past either. You can only truly experience happiness in the present. Even if you reminisce about the good old times or you get excited about the future, you are still only experiencing those positive emotions in the present, at the exact moment you are thinking about them. If you are someone who spends a lot of your time thinking about the past or thinking about the future, you are basically just living an imaginary life. because both the past and the future don't even exist. They only exist in your mind. The past is just a memory, and the future is basically just a thought. The only thing that physically exists is what is in front of you, happening right now in this present moment. And the crazy thing about alcohol is it narrows your focus to the present. When you drink, you begin to focus only on what is happening right now. You stop caring about what happened yesterday, and you stop worrying about what might happen tomorrow. And today becomes the only thing that matters. And the funny thing is, that is completely true. Alcohol is at least right about that. That's why people drink to numb the pain of the past. That's why people drink to relieve the stress of the future, because it works. Alcohol narrows your focus to the only point in time that you are able to experience happiness. This present moment. And as soon as you stop drinking, your scope opens back up to 360 degrees, and suddenly, the past and the future becomes visible again. And again, you start to regret the past, and you start to worry about the future, and you experience those negative emotions in the present, just as if they are happening to you right now. So, why am I still so unhappy? For starters, ever since I quit drinking, all I do is think about the future. I almost never just try to enjoy myself. I never try to just have fun. I never live in the moment. It's like I'm so unhappy with how my life has turned out that rather than just trying to enjoy life as it's happening, I am stuck living in the future, desperately trying to make it better for my present self to enjoy. Yet when the future turns into the present, I'm not even here to enjoy it. There is so much happening right in front of me to be happy about. But I become oblivious to it because I'm too busy focusing on something that hasn't even happened yet and might not ever happen. And the thing is, I know this. I know better. I know one of the easiest ways of achieving peace of mind is simply just learning how to live in the moment. But for some reason, I just can't help it. The moral of the story is not that drinking alcohol will make you happy, because it won't. But there's a big lesson to be learned here about why we drink. I think a big reason we do it is just to try to escape our own mind's addiction to obsessing over the past and the future. And we drink just to numb the way that makes us feel. But I think one of the secrets to happiness is simply forgetting about yesterday and forgetting about tomorrow and learning how to just enjoy today. And you don't need alcohol to do that.